Hi, we're still here in Kauhale, right next to a very busy highway. So if you hear some trucks and cars passing by, it's because we're at John Young's Kauhale, just off the highway here at Kauhale. And we stopped here because John Young was without a doubt a really important part of Hawaii's history with Kamehameha. It is he that introduces Kamehameha in a very intimate, personal way to the Western world. It is John Young who gives Kamehameha the knowledge, the information, the Western mana on how to deal with Westerners. And after Kamehameha made him a high chief and then a governor of the island, John Young chose Kauhale to be his residence. And he was a combination of a general, an admiral, a statesman, an ambassador, a broker, a foreign commercial advisor to Kamehameha. And in the back of me was his original English cottage. And it was a stone structure with thatching, and he plastered the house, and I'm holding in my hand pieces of that plaster. They're strewn all over the area here. But this is the original plaster that was created by John Young by burning lime, coal for lime, mixing it with sand, and some people say with poi. And he had a cottage built like an old English cottage, and the black tarp in the back is protecting some of the original walls. Most of the walls have been destroyed, but there are some parts of it in the back that are still intact, and you can still see handprints of the Hawaiians who were plastering it. And so this is a piece of Hawaii's history, the first plaster material ever in Hawaii, ever on the Big Island. So since it's very historic and we're in a national park, I'm going to put it right back where I found it. But if we can swing the cameras a little bit, we can see that a Kauhale consisted of several structures. First, the main house for John Young, and we see some adjoining structures that might have been one for the women, one for a workshop, a working area, a cooking area, and even this small platform that might have been the post for his kiaiwaho, his guards may have been here. So again, we're at a very historic site, very closely associated with Kamehameha, because when Kamehameha established his capital at Kamakuhono in Kona, and John Young was in residence here, all of the early explorers, including Vancouver and others, stopped here to confer and meet with John Young before going on to meet with Kamehameha. But again, it shows Kamehameha's skill, if you like, an ability to recognize the need to be thoroughly oriented with all of these new things he saw coming in ever since Captain Cook, you know. New technology, new languages, new clothing, everything was brand new. But fortunately, he recognized the need and got the advice of John Young. And I always say in a very sincere way, there are only two haulis up in the Royal Mausoleum. One is John Young, High Chief John Young, and the other is Charles Reed Bishop, Bernice Pauahi's his great-granddaughter's husband. So both of them are very prominent in the history of Hawaii, but certainly John Young during the time of Kamehameha.